Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to make my favorite soup. Growing up, egusi is, and even up to now, is one of my all-time favorite soup, and I know that everybody has their way of cooking egusi, but in this video I'm going to share with you my own method that I love so much. I mean, my mom has her own method which I love how she cooks hers, lumpy and all that, but this is how I have found to enjoy my egusi soup. Okay, so without wasting much of your time, let's get into the recipe. So first, this is our list of ingredients. You're going to need some smoked fish, a lot of crayfish, it is important. You're going to need your stockfish and some bell peppers, which is what we call tatashe. Make sure you clean and de-seed. You're going to need some onions and scotch bonnet peppers. You're going to need obviously your egusi and some onions. I added the onions there because you're going to blend the onions with the egusi, and obviously your ugu leaf. People add bitter leaf, but I use only ugu leaves. Okay, so the first thing is to blend the tatashe, scotch bonnet peppers and onions. I'm just going to blend that into a fine, very fine, make it very smooth. Okay, no lumpy, you want it very smooth. And once you're done, you're going to blend your egusi with some crayfish, onions and uziza seeds. I didn't mention it in the beginning, but I had a little left over, so I'm just going to blend it. I used a what's it called now, I used half a derica of egusi for this recipe, and I blended them in 2 batches. So make sure you blend until it is very smooth. One thing about my egusi, make sure you add a good amount of oil. Don't be stingy with that oil. Okay, add your oil because this is a lot of egusi that we are cooking. All right, so I added my oil. I'm just going to start mixing the egusi with your palm oil. Okay, mix until it is properly combined. It's not too much. You would see that egusi absorbs palm oil. Okay, so just mix until it is properly combined. In case you don't know, we are doing the frying method for cooking egusi soup. I'm not a fan of lumps of egusi. I don't even understand why people like that. Like, imagine like taking a scoop of soup and I'm eating big fat chunks of egusi. But I believe and I understand that everybody has their own method of cooking and the way they like it, and this is just my method. Okay, my mom did the lumpy egusi style, which I didn't mind, but I've come yeah, one wasn't too lumpy anyways, but this is how I've come to like mine. So you're going to cover it and let it cook on low heat, guys, because this egusi burns really quickly. If you put it on high heat, it's going to burn. Once you see it has steamed or let me use the word steamed for like 5 minutes, you're just going to open the pot and begin to stir. The longer you leave the egusi untouched, the more it will stick to your pot. Okay, especially if you are using, in short, any kind of pot, it's going to stick. You're just going to keep frying it until it turns grainy. Exactly. Can you see the difference with where we started? And do you see that, you know, there's barely little oil floating at the top? Okay, so start with a good amount of oil. Then you're going to add your pepper mix. We don't use tomatoes for soup. Okay, so just the bell peppers. That bell peppers we blended earlier, and I just like adding this because it adds such a vibrant color to my egusi. Or maybe because I'm a Yoruba girl, I know a lot of people don't blend peppers. Even my mom would just use only yellow pepper. She will not blend like tatashe and all that. But this is how I love it. I love my egusi soup to have some color. Okay, so I went in with my protein. I've already cooked it, and my stock, and I'm just going to mix to combine. This soup is very easy to cook. This soup is something that when I get back from work on some days, I can make it if I have all the ingredients at home. Okay, you're also going to go in with your smoked fish. I also added a bit of salt. That was, I think, then a bit of seasoning as well. Remember, we blended our egusi with some crayfish. Then I added my smoked fish, and I'm just going to let everything cook on low heat. It is very important. Once you see that you're beginning to get a bit of oil floating to the top, again, guys, do you see the oil we started with, and do you see where we are at now? Okay, so I don't say anybody say no, that's too much oil. No. Now I'm going to take out my smoked fish because I don't want it to break, and I'm going to put my finely chopped ugu leaves. I know some people add uziza leaves, some people add bitter leaf. Growing up, my mom used to add bitter leaf, but I'm just sticking to simple. Okay, so ugu leaf it is for me. I'm just going to mix it to combine, and see, this soup, as in, it's a childhood favorite, okay? And the thing about cooking is you learn from your parents, you learn from the internet, you learn from everywhere, and you just infuse it and make a recipe that you think works for you. And so far so good. This is what works for me. It turns out delicious every single time. Plus the color. A lot of times when I see egusi soup, it's looking so white and palish, and I don't like that color. I want it to have this reddish color, and which is what you get every time I serve you a bowl of egusi soup. Plus it is very delicious. Make sure you don't forget to blend your egusi with onions and crayfish with some uziza seeds, just a little bit, okay? It makes the world of difference. All right, so guys, tell me in the comment section, how do you like your egusi soup? Do you like it lumpy? Do you use the fried method? I've seen people say that they use the cooking method, so they cook the egusi, I think, in water. I mean, there are different methods. Whatever method you choose to use, I just want you to try this method, okay? Just try this recipe for me and come back and thank me. All that was left to do was just put back once I've combined the soup together. Oh, once you add your leaves, just turn off the heat, okay? You don't want it overcooked. I put back my fish, and all I'm just gonna do is serve it in a plate for you guys to admire. Because it turned out so good. Tell me in the comment section, what is your favorite swallow to pair with egusi soup? I think it is pounded yam, or maybe I'm just biased, generally speaking, to pounded yam. This gives you like a stewy, a delicious, very flavorful egusi soup, okay? So if you've watched this far, type TK, give us in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye guys.